All right, thank you so much. My name is Mohammed Rahimi. I am a proud Afghan American.
Mohammed Rahimi was an attorney in Afghanistan where he worked with the U.S. Army. He settled in El Cajon more than a decade ago and is now a U.S. citizen. Rahimi works with Afghan immigrants, so he paid close attention when Trump was asked last month about resettling hundreds or thousands of Afghans who helped U.S. soldiers during the war.
We know the good ones and we know the ones that maybe aren't so good. You know, some came over that aren't so good. And we're going to take care of those people, the ones that did a job, the ones that were told certain things.
But Rahimi says Trump's words are at odds with the community's experience since he took office.
It doesn't make sense because we see one thing, we hear one thing from the president, but we see something different actually in everyday life. If President Trump really means that he wants to support these Afghan allies, then why we don't see it right now?
Advocates say they're frustrated by the administration's suspension of refugee travel and its shuttering of the Afghan relocation office in the State Department.
It's a gut punch because you look at all this work that was done over the course of the last few years.
Until this year, Jessica Bradley Rushing was a deputy director in that office, the State Department's coordinator for Afghan relocation efforts, better known as CARE.
CARE, the office within the State Department, was such a unique place because it was an operation, right? It wasn't just a policy desk that talked about theory. We were physically engaged in relocating folks and changing their lives.
The administration told Congress in June it was shuttering the CARE office within a month. Its staffers were reportedly among the more than 1,300 department employees laid off July 11th. And it's not just the shuttering of one office. Sean Van Diver is the co-founder of nonprofit Afghan Evac. Since 2021, his organization, nonprofits, and many government officials have worked together to help the hundreds of thousands left behind in Afghanistan. But now,
think about what they've done since January 20th, right? On day one, they shut down refugee processing, which means no active duty U.S. military families, no lawyers and prosecutors who put the Taliban away, no female tactical platoon commanders, nobody who wasn't a direct employee of the United States. No family reunifications, no relocation flights. They have ended TPS, they ended parole, both CBP-1 parole they terminated, OAW, Operation Allies Welcome parole, they're just gonna let it expire.
So what is the Trump administration's plan for Afghans? Getting a straight answer to that question has been challenging. A State Department spokesperson says the functions of the CARE office now fall under the Office of Afghanistan Affairs, its reorganization, part of its new America First foreign policy. We asked to interview Mary Bishoping, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of South and Central Asian Affairs, and Spencer Cretin, the senior official in the department's Refugee and Migration Bureau. Both requests were denied. A senior White House official tells KPBS special immigrant visas are being processed with hundreds of decisions every week, and that TPS, temporary protected status, was always meant to be temporary, and that those who've lost it can still request asylum. Rahimi says arrests of asylum seekers outside immigration courtrooms have shaken the Afghan community.
On a daily basis, I have conversations with many Afghan members, not only here in El Cajon or San Diego or California, but from across the country, that they are asking me that they have their appointment, but what is my answer to them? How can they go to their appointments, finish the appointment, and leave the courthouse safely without being detained? We have no answer.
One answer came last week in San Diego. More than a dozen veterans attended an immigration hearing alongside a former Afghan journalist. Marine combat veteran Jonathan Liu was one of them.
And I believe this is important work that we're doing as far as standing by the allies who stood by us. We shouldn't be turning their backs on them.
The real face of immigrants, and especially Afghan immigrants, they are people who supported this country. Before coming to the United States, they fought for this country, for the values that this country is based on. They fought for our future, for the future of this country. They fought against our enemies.
Andrew Dyer, KPBS News.